Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at a question on first principles and derivatives. So, given that fx is equal to negative 6x squared, determine the derivative of fx from first principles. So, to determine it from first principles, we obviously use the whole first principles equation, and we say f of x plus h minus fx over h. We then can sub in our values, so negative 6x plus h squared plus x squared. 6x squared, as this is the negative, so the negative and the negative become a positive, all over h. If we distribute the negative 6 and the square in, we get negative 6x squared minus 12xh minus 6h squared plus 6x squared, all over h. And then these two values cancel out, and we get negative 12xh minus 6h squared over h. We then obviously take out a common h, and we get negative 12x minus 6h over h, and our h's cancel, and we end up with, I'm just gonna write here, oh that's a terrible arrow, but anyway, the limit as h goes to 0 of negative 12x minus 6h, and when h is 0 we just get negative 12x. Question 8.3.2. Write down how you will restrict the domain of f such that the inverse of f is a function. So this is a this is a parabola, and when we invert it, obviously, so right now we have a negative parabola. It actually goes through the origin, but anyway, when we invert a parabola, we then end up with it being not a function, as it does not pass the vertical line test. So when we invert it, it'll look something like that. So we need to restrict it either to the top half or the bottom half. So to restrict it, you can either say x greater than or equal to 0, or you could say x smaller than or equal to 0. And that would then restrict your function to be, restrict your inverse parabola to be a function. I'm going to do the last question on the new slide, so there's more space. Question 8.3.3. Determine the equation of the inverse of f for x is less than or equal to 0. Write your answer in the form y is equal to. So to get our inverse, we first take our original function and we swap our x and y values. We then divide by the 6, so we get negative 1 over 6. X is equal to y squared, and we can then square root it, and we get y is equal to plus minus the square root of negative 1 over 6x. But since they say that fx must be smaller than or equal to 0, therefore y is equal to the negative value where x is less than 0. And that's all for this video. Thank you.